Hey everybody, welcome back to the vlog. Well, before we get started on today's video, I want to let you know that everything is going good with the movie. It is moving. It is moving. And I think I told you last week the screenplay, the screenwriter is up to 142 pages, which is kind of long. It's 1 minute of dialogue for every page, and he still wasn't done with it. So, uh, and then everything happened this weekend. I can't tell you what it is, but boy, it's moving forward, and I'm very happy. I can't wait to tell you what company it is and everything like that, but I can't right now. But okay, so today's video is a video that I don't think. Here we go again. We got a lousy. I don't mean to say lousy. Couple hundred people are only tuning in. When the movie comes out, I'll bet you all these people will be chiming in. Then they're gonna be pushing all my friends. They'll all want to be my friends. They're all gonna want to be my friends. So, uh, I don't think there's anyone that's ever done a video. Can you check that about bigamy? That's right. I had two wives at the same time, and one of them was Danielle Staub. She didn't go by that name when I married her. I was her first husband, married her in 1988, and got rid of her 1989 to the date. And I think it was, when was it? I get my wife's mixed up, but I think it was, anyway, it was to the very date when we split forever. And I never thought I'd have to see her face again. That's how much I dislike her. So, yeah, I was married twice. I was married to two women at the same time. And man, was it difficult. So everybody's going to be thinking, what do you think is the most well, difficult part of having two women married to two women at the same time? It's not the S blank X. I can tell you that right now. That was no problem for me back then. I was full of energy. I was full of it, full of it. And no matter how hard I tried to get rid of it, it would just come back. I was full of it. People might say I'm full of shit, but I'm not. It's the truth. So anyway, uh, let me tell you what happened. So after I was successful in getting Danielle Staub a non-custodial sentence, probation for what she did down in Miami. We'll talk about that in a later video. But I did a lot of videos about her in the beginning. That was almost 4 years ago. So maybe a lot of my viewers don't know who Danielle Staub is or who that I was married to her. And Danielle Staub was the star of the hit TV show, The Real Housewives of New Jersey, back in 2009, 2010, 2011. I think she may have still been around as a special guest in 2012. I don't know. But here she is. Bada bing, bada boom. How come I get all these wavy things? I wonder if you guys
I
see
think
it.
it's the screen protector.
It's the screen protector. What do I need protection for?
It's my phone.
Oh, it's her. Oh, her phone. Oh, it's my daughter's. It's the fancy one, right? It cost me like $1,300. Anyway, so um, I get her out of jail, send her back up to New Jersey, and I had to marry her. Why did I have to marry her? Because I am a convicted felon, and she was a convicted felon on federal parole. So we had her parole transferred from the Southern District of Florida to the Eastern District of New York. She was living in Brooklyn at that time when we got that. So we got that all set her up. And when I look back at what I did with this woman, um, and I contribute 99% of it to that cocaine, the cocaine. cocaine, and S/X. Boom. It'll make the best of her. And let me tell you something. I have never been one of those guys that put up with bad women. I just turn my number off, but just get away from them. But not this one. I was married to the love of my life, a woman by the name of Beth Marr, of course. Now she goes by the name of Elizabeth O'Rourke. She lives in Naples, Florida. And this is her right here. Yeah. It's like the only picture I got, and this picture's in the book. This story's in the book too. So, but I took her for granted. And when I was working, at this time, I was working with the DEA, and I just had so much pull with the government, no matter what I did, no matter how many times I took my Porsche and drove it to 150 miles an hour, got pulled up, especially in Florida. They arrest you in Florida for that shit. Make my phone call, they come get me out. No, fist fights, gun charges. I had gun charges. I kept getting collared with guns. No problem. And that started to go to my head. Between the cocaine and the S/X, I was out of my mind. Carrying a gun, getting drunk. Even the worst than cocaine was me getting drunk and going to some strip club thinking I was above the law, by the law. And I was. If you're a paid confidential informant, and back then it was called a Z case, that means that's the highest level of drug case the DEA can open up. That means when they go Z case, this is a Z case, that means they got just about unlimited funds. They can pay, they can do, I was getting away with, I'm not going to say murder, but maybe that could have happened. It maybe could have happened. Times 4. Could have happened. Could have happened. So I was out of my mind. And can you imagine giving somebody that much power? Power that you could do. I mean, cops and federal agents couldn't get away with what I did. They would be fired immediately. But how could they fire me? They couldn't. As long as I was producing, they just shut up. You know, usually when an agent has an informant, he runs the show. He tells them, do this, do that. And if you don't, I'll pull your deal. I'll rip it up, I'll rip the contract up, you go to jail. But I wasn't a snitch. I wasn't putting people in place, in prison in my place. I wasn't doing that. I was just, more so than the money. And in 1989, I was the highest paid government informant in America. My one paycheck, I think it was $179,000 in 2,000 packets, and 60. It was what's 2,000 times maybe it was 164. It was 2,000 times 64 is how many packets is that? That's
128,000.
128,000. Excuse me, I tried to bump it up. So I got my one case was 128,000. I got brand new money from the Federal Reserve Bank, and it was 2,000 brand new $2,000 packets, 64 of them. Whoop! And then I went right down to Manhattan Porsche Audi, right? This is how wild it was back then. Where are you gonna get these stories from these YouTubers that never did anything? I still don't understand. Where is the picture of my Porsche in this thing? This. Where's my Porsche? Where's my Porsche? Yeah, here's my Porsche. So I got that. I had 128,000 in cash. And back then, not like today. Today they give you a 1099. Back then it was considered reward money, and reward money was not taxable. So I went right down, bought that. Then I spent another $5,000 for fucking BBS wheels, another 8,000 for a cell phone. 8,000. I don't want to talk about the Porsche. I don't know, but that thing. So I was like a baller. I was like a fucking big baller. I had all kinds of money. I fucking wow. It was like a scene right out of like Miami Vice, except it was real. And it will be coming to the big screen. The contract that I signed and that has now been, um, everybody signed it. Everything happened this week. Um, it's a 3 movie deal. And if that goes right, it's going to go into a television series. Might go into the television series regardless. But so anyway, let's get back to Danielle Staub. I'm all over the place right now because I'm in a good mood. I'm in really energy. I got my daughter. This is a 3-day weekend for me. What is this, President's Day?
Yeah.
I get the kid for 3 days instead of just 2 being a weekend Disney. What does your mother call me?
Disneyland dad.
I'm the Disneyland dad. I don't do the homework. I just take her and go to Disneyland. Anyway, so I'm just trying to give you guys the backdrop of what kind of mindset I was in at that time. Nobody should have that kind of power. Nobody. Nobody should have that kind of pull. Nobody, because it just corrupts you. I did things that, man, all the crimes, because don't forget, I'm doing undercover. I'm supposed to be this wild white guy because I'm dealing with all Colombians from Medellin. And the only reason that they hung out with me because I would do all kinds of wild shit. I'd fight 2 guys, I'd fight bouncers. Even though I got my ass kicked, I still did it. I was their biggest amusement. Anyway, so let's talk about my bigamy. So we get Danielle Staub into Brooklyn. That's where she was staying with a friend. And the parole officer says you can't be around him. It's a violation of your federal parole to associate with a known felon. And that was me, known felon. So I remember one day I went over to her apartment in Brooklyn. We were spending the night. And all of a sudden, like at 1 o'clock in the morning, boom, boom, we're in a 3-family house in Brooklyn. And we're on the bottom. She had like an apartment on one of those garages turned into an apartment, one of those deals. And he was banging on the door with a cup, banging on the door because they wanted to give her a piss test. And they saw my Porsche parked out front and they knew I was there. There was 2 of them. I jump out the window, crawl in the backyard, and I'll give her this. She has balls. That woman has fucking balls. Anybody else would have denied it. I was going to run through the yard, but but she said, that's right. And I think at this time, I don't know. Yeah, I married her. I already married because we were already planning that to get caught. We were going to get caught, And so she opens up the window and says, "Come back in here." So I had to crawl through this window that was on the ground floor, and I'm in the backyard, and I come through in, and I says, "Yeah, well, that's my wife now. So what are you going to do?" So I thought they were going to take her, but they didn't, and they just let us go. But um, so, what was the most difficult part of being a bigamist? What was the hardest part? Part. It wasn't the S/X. It was Thanksgiving. I had one Thanksgiving. Now this farce only lasted like 6 months, and then I did something, and my Beth threw me out, and but I remember Thanksgiving. I remember I went to her house telling her I left the other one, and the other one didn't even know about her. And so I had to eat. Then I had to run to the next house. I had to purge, come back to this house, go back like 4 times. So Thanksgiving was the toughest part about being a bigamist. So all you bigamists out there, leave a comment on the thing. Just leave a comment and let me know how you got through Thanksgiving. It's a good thing I didn't have to do Christmas. Imagine Christmas trying to be at 2 places at the same time with 2 women. So anyway, for all of you that did not know, for all of you that did not know, boy, he does look like me. You do look, I don't look like you. You look like me. I love him. I love him. Look what he's doing for our country. I love him. Stop bobbing. Anyway, so um, then what happened? When you try to juggle two women, you know you're gonna come out zero. You're gonna come out. It's not gonna work. It can't work. You can't do it. You can't do it. So and so for you people that are trying to figure out, well, how did I marry two women with the same name? Well, when I did undercover work, they used to take me to DMV and fill out a form. I had so many alias names that you wouldn't believe. And why did they have to do that? Because I was driving that Porsche at 150 miles an hour. So one cop just ripped up the friggin' license. He just cut it. He ripped it up. And so they would send me. I was be suspended for whatever. They would send me to DMV, and FBI, the federal agents can just go into a state DMV and go, we want to take his picture, give him his, and they would do it. So I mean, there are so many cool things that you guys are going to see in this movie that's going to blow your mind. And right now, I just can't. You know what? This is actually embarrassing for me. If you look at how many people are viewing this channel compared to the way it's going to be once the movie comes out, and I'm going to try to during the filming. I don't even know what. I think it may be made in Canada. I'm not sure because the company that I'm with are a bunch of Canadians. It's a Canadian. So I'm sort of thinking it's up there. It's going to be up there, but I'll be able to film maybe behind the scenes type of thing with the actor. I still don't know who's going to play me, but yeah, this is going to be cool. To all of you people that are watching this right now, to all the people that left and didn't just blew this channel off, it's okay. That's okay. But to the ones that have been sticking by me, I'm not gonna forget you guys. And a lot of you guys, we have there's a way that my daughter. I don't do the computer shit. There's a way that my daughter, like a lot of people comment to say, and they're really great people. And the other thing, I want to thank you, all you people that commented, subscribed. There's 5,200 and something. I want to thank you. Um, and what else did I want to say? Just got so many things going on right now with my life. So again, movies going really fast. It's going to be really fast. The first producer they hired was shooting for a June 2025 release. So could they make a movie like this? They did. I don't know in that amount of time. I never actually was a part of the movie making process. So, but I'm in it right now. So this is what's called pre-production. When the script gets written and they finalize it and they what do they call it? Edit it or whatever they're gonna do, then we'll be in production. Then we're gonna go to post-production. And holy shit, this is gonna be like really cool. So yeah, so Danielle Staub, the crazy things we do on drugs, the crazy things we do on drugs when we think we're above the law, by the law. I just thought I'd tell you that story. And there's a whole bunch of other stories about this in here that are really friggin' entertaining. I mean, I don't think there's anybody that's ever lived this kind of life and was put in a position with the FBI and the DEA. I mean, when we do the movie about the DEA, that's going to be badass shit. Miami Vice, you ain't got nothing on this guy. Okay, so like, subscribe, and again, I love all the people that have been commenting, and I answer every comment. So even the dickheads, yeah. Oh, let me tell you about the dickheads that say some stupid shit. Every time they say some shit, like one guy goes, there was a story about, did we get that guy's name or did he take it down?
He took it down.
Did you remember his handler? So this dickhead goes like this. There was a story where I went to the airport lounge to pick up some money that Roy DeMeo owed me, and I come in. There's an interracial couple. This time it was a white guy with a black girl, and he started with them. He was so I come in. I'm facing Roy DeMeo. He's facing the two couples. Then the white guy's parents come up to meet the new girlfriend, and there he is. Yeah, and he was saying all kinds of shit. Now this prick got a gun. He would flash his shit. The waitress saw it. He stood up. He flashed it. So the guy goes, "Hey, what did he say? Why didn't I confront Roy DeMeo about this racial rant he went on?" Huh, I was 20 years old. I had my girlfriend in the car. And he wants me to what? Bitch slap him with a 38 in his fucking hand? This guy was crazy. Really? So that's how I responded to that comment. And and you know what they do? All of them. You know, after boom, boom, fucking hit them, you know what they all do? You know what? They take the comment down. Just like you did. You know who I'm talking about. What's it? You don't remember that?
He has some random.
In other words, take a picture of these assholes next time so I can hold it up. All right? Hey, don't give me that. Teenagers, they give you that. I love my kid. Okay. Okay, like, subscribe. And again, to all you people that have stuck with this channel over the last 4 years, I love you. See you on the next one.